Hey guys, it's been a hot minute since I last uploaded. It's because I've been doing a lot of necessary background work that isn't overly flashy and can be seen as quite boring or repetitive. We've been kind of gearing an army of alts and running a stupid amount of delves. While I talk, you're going to see a Dawnbreaker and Ecodome Aldani run that I've tanked on my monk respectively. The Ecodome was done with Mad Skills. He's on his Evoker, so it is a bit of a Mimi weekly key, but it was good fun. So while we've been quiet, we've been gearing up. In the last video I talked about how my monk loot has been cursed. Thankfully that has now been rectified and the monk does in fact have foresight and is sitting at a rather comfortable 709 item level and is now just hoarding gilded crests for myth track loot and the weekly vault. Hopefully it doesn't stay cursed for long and we get some really nice value things. The weapon going forward would be nice. I know I do currently have a crafted weapon, but that Biss staff from Arakara would be lovely, especially as I prep to craft my belt later on in the month. My other alts, on the other hand, I have a Death Knight that is breathing down my monk's neck and has been abnormally gifted with loot this season. It's not Oravex, it is Oramortis, but I will have a different video where I discuss him at a later point. We also have the warrior, Orabane, who is on the climb and is close to 701 item level, I believe. And then we also have two other alts in the wings that are slowly gearing up and are kind of hitting the 700 barrier as well. So all in all, it's been pretty repetitive. A lot of delves have been done, as I said. We're talking to the point where I am outside of, I think, 12 flicker gates, I'm done with delves from the War Within from an achievement perspective. That's how many I've hit. I've done something like 500 and something odd delves, 300 of which have been bountiful at the time of making this recording. So it's been a lot of delves, and let's face it, delves aren't the most entertaining gameplay, so that's why I've been quiet. Now, why am I gearing up an army of alts? Well, as part of being a flex raider and wanting to be able to lean into that, we need to prep and have options so that our guild, because obviously at the moment I am a brewmaster main, that is my situation going forward, and I am kind of the third tank, as you will, for my guild. As one of the tanks may not always be able to make it, and they kind of needed someone that was capable of floating. Now, if the other two tanks are present, we obviously need a DPS slot to fill. Now, I could play Windwalker, but I'll be honest, it's not the most enjoyable spec for me. I have given it a solid go, and I think it is genuinely one of those few specs where I'm like, if I've got to play it, I'll play it, but yeah, I don't know. It doesn't feel right for some reason. It could be the fact that my gear's all wrong. It could be a plethora of other things. Maybe I just wasn't feeling it on the night when I raided with it, but my performance was below average. So that's where my warrior, my Death Knight come in. So my Death Knight specifically is something that I've been gearing on the side to give my guild options for blood versus brew. So if you look at a lot of the analytics for other guilds, occasionally you tend to see a blood or a brew being interchangeable, like a prot paladin or prot warrior being interchangeable. You tend to have one that is very, very good at dealing with X, like you want your kind of static tank that is just going to be able to like handle everything up front, like brew or prot warrior generally speaking, and then you have your second tank that either brings a lot of utility or brings something else to the group. So that's where you like prot paladins come in, where you can spell ward, bubble and cheese mechanics, or you've got something like a blood DK that really doesn't give a shit, brings grips, has the rather nerfed AMZ now, but gives you that level of control through a fight, especially seeing as historically Blood DKs have just been a case of, I will go in this direction, the raid goes in that direction, and we call it a day. So that's why the DK was coming out to play, and I obviously have a legion of them. I have multiple Death Knights. Oravex just got outstripped in terms of gear by Oramortis. They got rather lucky in the vault. The Warrior is another kind of side piece. Now, the guild does have warriors already available, so it's not really a battle shout side of things, but the Warrior also comes into play for kind of like boosting keys, plate sharing, things like that, which will give us a little bit more flexibility and allows us to spread our wings a bit in terms of what we can provide for guilds. The same goes for the other two alts that we have in the wings. We have one that is a healer main with DPS off spec, and then we have just a pure DPS powerhouse that could potentially see a spot going forward long term on the channel, but for now at least is kind of letting my hair down, herder, smack my face off the keyboard, and we get numbers, which is always nice, especially when I'm dealing with those fibro days or days like today where just getting this video out is going to sap me of most of my strength. But it is what it is. It's been a couple of weeks and obviously you guys need an update. So here we are. Now, the uploads are going to be a little bit more spread out than I'd like going forward. But what we are aiming to do, for those of you that are interested, is I will be looking to set up a proper schedule on Twitch going forward where we will stream these gearing nights or these grind out nights where it is going to be very repetitive, but we are working towards a goal. And when we're closer to the goal in question, I'll obviously release a full video for you guys here on YouTube, but I don't want to release something and then, due to health or anything like that, not actually be able to hit the goal, essentially. I don't want to claim something and miss like I have done in the past. This is time for a change and to set up a foundation and just generally come to terms with my limitations and work past them. So with that, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care, folks, and have a good day.